Hello, 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 it is I, Serpent. So sit back, relax, and trust in me right after this very brief break. All right, we're back. Thank you for your patience there. As you can see, I'm going to be streaming Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic. This has been a plan I've had since really for a while now, and I said I'd do it after the rebrand, and now I am going to do it. There are 3 games, with a 4th one in development, that are set in the Old Republic period of Star Wars Legends. This is the first. The third is the MMO, Star Wars The Old Republic, which I have streamed before. Fans have actually gone into Star Wars The Old Republic and figured out, through a variety of methods, exactly when chronologically each section of the story is supposed to take place. And that got me to thinking that it would be fun for a Star Wars lore monkey like myself to actually stream the whole thing in chronological order. It is an ambitious undertaking, but it is my goal, and we are going to start with this Knights of the Old Republic. Now, Knights of the Old Republic is an old game. It is difficult to stream. There are some unique challenges. I think I've got everything set up to where I can do that, but we will unfortunately have to see if everything goes well. It's also the fact that I cannot stream any of the music from this game because of copyright strikes and things like that, which means you're not going to get any of the music during the cutscenes or during gameplay. During gameplay is not so bad because you'll still get the dialogue, audio, and the sound effects and everything like that. During the cutscenes, unfortunately, due to their nature, I'm going to have to turn the sound off entirely. But hopefully, you'll still be able to get the gist of it. I'm starting here at the menu because I want you to see the process I'm going to use to actually start this game. I am going to be hewing as closely as possible to the canon version of events as revealed by various hints in the later games. Now, those of you who've played this game before, you know what the canon version of events entails. For those of you who don't, I'm not going to spoil the surprise. I'm merely going to say that I'm going to be starting out as a male soldier with a very particular look, and that I will be playing a light side character, because that is the canon. This game is based on the old Star Wars D20 system, not the Saga system, which was a D20 system that was better, but the original D20 system, which was not so good. First of all, I don't want anything to be actually below a 10. After this, I am going to up the charisma and the intelligence because I need those as main characters. I'm going to also up dexterity, up the constitution a little bit, up the wisdom a little bit. That gives me 2 more points. I will up the wisdom a little bit more. So I have a soldier here who is not excelling at anything, but is pretty good at most things. My strength is a 10, which means I won't be doing as much melee damage as some other people might. But since I'm planning on mostly using finesse melee weapons, the dexterity is the important part anyways, once I get to that point. So, let's look at my skills. I have 12 skills to deal with. Persuade is a cross-class skill for soldiers, but I still need it, because in this game, only the main character can persuade. Repair is another thing that I need. Otherwise, awareness is important. So I will be taking those 3 skills as high as I can make them. And let's see. with that taken care of, my feats. Feats don't fail me now. There we go. What I am looking for... Weapon fighting's fun, but not what I'm looking for right now. I am looking for some kind of a finesse. Flurry's fun. All of these feats are very useful. Power attack is something I definitely want to look at. Rapid shot is the ranged version of flurry. With this, though, emergency melee weapons, weapon focus melee weapons, and weapon specialization melee weapons. I will be dealing with that eventually. That's toughness. Dueling is something I definitely want right off the bat. Dueling is going to give +1 attack and +1 defense as long as I'm using a single one-handed weapon. And that includes blasters, that includes lightsabers, that includes all sorts of stuff. So I'm going to eventually want that. But the first thing I'm going to take is actually going to be empathy, because that is going to give me a +1 to persuade, awareness, and treat injury, and especially persuade. Again, only the main character can use persuade in this game, so I need my persuade to be excellent. You see. For a name, the name doesn't really matter so much as it will be changing eventually. So I am just going to say that his name is Serpent Eyes, the same as me. An odd name, perhaps, but we're going to say that that's his Republic Trooper call sign. Yes, and with that, away we go, and we're going to see if I have this this cutscene thing set up right. Let's see. A long time ago, in a galaxy far, far away, Star Wars. It's a very popular movie franchise, in case you weren't aware. Knights of the Old Republic. 4,000 years before the rise of the Galactic Empire, the Republic verges on collapse. Darth Malak, last surviving apprentice of the Dark Lord Revan, has unleashed an invincible Sith armada upon an unsuspecting galaxy. Crushing all resistance, Malak's war of conquest has left the Jedi Order scattered and vulnerable. As countless knights fall in battle, and many more swear allegiance to the new Sith Master. In the skies above the outer rim world of Taris, a Jedi battle fleet engages the forces of Darth Malak in a desperate effort to halt the Sith's galactic domination. I take this opportunity to talk about our sponsor, Endfield. You can see the little advertisement for it there in the corner, and also there's a panel below this video that you can click on to play it. It's a fun game. This sponsorship is mostly being taken over by Rex D, who will talk about it at length on Monday when she streams. Meanwhile, unfortunately you can't hear the sound from this, but lots of pew-pew lasers as the Sith fighters attack the Republic cruiser. That is the Endar Spire, of course. Oh no, it's falling towards the planet. Whatever shall we do? Whatever shall we do? All right. Well, aren't I a handsome devil there in my skivvies? Oh, hi.
We've been ambushed by a Sith battle fleet.
A Sith battle fleet?
The Endar Spire is under attack.
Oh.
Hurry up, we don't have much time.
Well, I suppose that's important. Just one question. What's the Endar Spire?
Did you fall out of your bunk and hit your head? The
Let's assume I
Endar
did.
Spire is the ship we're stationed on.
Oh,
This
okay.
ship. You probably don't even know who I am, do you?
I'm
do Trask
not.
Olgo, ensign with the Republic Fleet.
Oh, hi,
I'm your
ensign.
bunkmate here on the Endar Spire.
Okay.
We work opposite shifts. I guess that's why you haven't seen me before.
I'm
now,
sure
hurry up.
that's the
We
reason.
have to find Bastila. We have to make sure she makes it off the ship alive.
Bastila. Who's Bastila?
Bastila is the commanding officer on the Endar Spire.
Ah, okay.
Well, not an officer, really.
Oh.
But she's the one in charge of this mission. One of our primary duties is to guarantee her survival in the event of an enemy attack.
Really?
You swore an oath just like everyone else on this mission.
I did.
Now it's time to make good on that oath.
I have no memory of that
oath
at all.
Elite combat training, tops in your class.
Really?
It's no wonder you were handpicked for this mission.
Was
Word
I?
is the officers haven't seen a recruit with your kind of potential in 20 years.
Oh, that's good
But
to know.
all that potential doesn't mean a thing if you can't deliver when it counts.
Well,
We're
let's
soldiers.
deliver.
We're trained for combat.
Yes, we
Bastila
are.
is going to need men and women like us at her side during this attack.
Right. Okay, let's go help Bastila.
So hurry up and grab your gear. You need to suit up so we can get out of here.
All right. Cool. Where's my
You
equipment?
can move the mouse to the edges of the screen to rotate
What
the
is
camera.
a mouse?
Alternately, moving the mouse while holding down
What
the
is
right
a
mouse button will rotate
camera?
the camera as well.
Are we on is there secret cameras? What are you talking about, strange fourth wall breaking man?
To move towards the footlocker, hold down the right mouse button and face the camera towards
Why would a mouse
Then hold down
have
the
a
left
button?
mouse button
That
as well to
seems
cause the character
pretty
to run forward.
strange to me. Character to run forward. You think I'm playing a video game at a time like this? This is life or death, man.
You
The
can
Sith are
left click
attacking.
on an object to select it.
Left
Once the
click.
footlocker is selected, left click on it again to
Left
perform the
click?
default action and open it.
What are you even talking about, you strange fourth wall breaking man? Okay. And let's look over here. Ah, and footlocker. All right, I'm gonna take this opportunity to save the game. I'm gonna save the game twice. Once in this slot called Fun, which because it's fun, and once in this slot called Combat, because this game uses the D20 system. I really wish I could Iron Man this. But because the game uses the D20 system, things are just too random. A random blast could kill you. A random critical hit. So we're not going to do that. We're going to have that combat thing saved just in case.
To the edges to move towards the footlock.
Yes,
you can
yes. Have patience. So the combat thing is just there for safety, so that I don't have to completely redo an entire session just because of a fluke. Let's see what we get here. Adrenal stamina, blaster rifle, short sword, clothing, and a med pack. Well, let's get all of that. Experience points received, 50. Hooray. Now let's equip it. The short sword. Disregarded by most modern warriors, a good short sword can still serve well in combat if the user is skilled. I am skilled, but I'm not going to use that. Adrenal stamina. A shot of this enhancer provides a temporary boost to in the concentration of the user. The effect wears off after a short time, and side effects are considered minimal. Stim bonuses that affect the same statistic do not stack. Medpack, of course. The medpack contains essential equipment for the treatment of wounds. They cannot be used by droids. Basic medpacks heal 10 vitality points plus wisdom modifier plus the user's skill in treat injury. Blaster rifle. More powerful than the commonly available pistol, the blaster rifle is favored by soldiers throughout the galaxy. Civilian ownership of these weapons is not generally encouraged. And clothes. These are simple garments that protect little more than the modesty of the wearer. Well, my modesty is important to me, so let's go ahead and equip clothing. And then let's start out with the blaster rifle, because I think, yes, the sword is just +1, the blaster rifle is +3 because of my high dexterity. So we will start out with the blaster rifle. Look at me, look at how handsome I am. I am a handsome boy. Alright. I've done what you asked.
Okay, let's move out. We should stick together.
Okay.
You'll have more success with a party than on your own.
Okay, I'll buy that. Trask has joined my party. Hello, Trask. Trask, a level 3 soldier, whereas I am a level 1 soldier, which means Trask is better than me, and so he must die.
Because of the attack, this room is in lockdown.
Oh,
but
dear.
don't worry, I've got the override codes.
Okay.
You'll have to use me to unlock the door.
Fair enough. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah? What? Yeah? What are you equipped with, my good man? Oh, it looks like inventory is communal. That's good to know. You're equipped with a blaster pistol. The most common ranged weapon in the galaxy is the basic blaster pistol, firing a bolt of intense coherent light powered by a replaceable power pack. Delightful. And he's also got clothes, which I am infinitely grateful for. Alright. You say you have the override codes? Let's override that door.
Now that the door is open, you better take the lead again.
I suppose I better. Except that I'm actually not going to take the lead very often, because as you notice, Trask is higher level than me, which means he has more hit points than me, which means he's going to stand
We
in
have
front.
to get to the bridge.
Do we? You can also use the movement keys to use about the area. I'll tell you a secret, I've been doing that the whole time.
The Sith are threatening to overrun our position. We can't hold out long against their firepower.
Oh no.
All hands to the bridge.
That was Karth contacting us on our portable communicators. He's one of the Republic's best pilots.
Oh.
He's seen more combat than the rest of the Endar Spire's crew put together. If he says things are bad, you better believe it.
All right.
We have to get to the bridge to help defend Bastila. There's a map of the Endar Spire and a copy of Karth's message in your electronic journal, just in case we get separated.
Okay, good. Glad I have an electronic journal. Active quest screen. So, let's take a look at this electronic journal. Attack on the Endar Spire. You've received a message from Karth Onasi, a highly respected Republic soldier. He's ordered all hands to the bridge to protect Bastila. Let's see. Don't have any completed quests yet. Oh, that's nice. I've got this little map here, too. It shows all of the places I can go. All of the things I can do.
That door's locked. I don't have the codes to open it, but switch me to the party leader so you can use my security skills to slice into the access panel and open the door.
Okay. That sounds good. Hello, little droid. What do you think about this whole being under attack situation? Beep, 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 boop. I couldn't agree more. Yes, one day the organics will pay. I mean, don't know what you're talking about. Let's take this opportunity to save the combat thing again, because I have a feeling we're about to enter it.
Let me have a look. God.
Oh, wow, I was right. Aha! Dodge! Dodge! Oh, I told you to dodge. What's wrong with you?
These Sith must be the advanced boarding party.
Why
For the
didn't
Republic!
you dodge? The game pauses when you sight an enemy. Yes, 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 yes. That allows me to say power attack. And then switch to Karth, who, despite the fact that I moved through with Karth, is now standing behind here. Okay. There we go. Oh, I said to attack him. What? There we go. One shot from Karth was all that needed. Karth is the powerhouse of this team. Good job, Karth. You're a credit to your species.
I've got a
which
feeling
is
that won't be our
also
last
my
battle with the Sith.
species.
Good thing we have med packs to heal our wounds.
Isn't it? Oh,
It might be a good idea to use one now before our next
But
battle.
what wounds? What wounds? Oh, that gave me some items. Good to know. But also, what wounds? Because I didn't take any damage. Ah! No! I didn't take any damage. I was lucky that way. Huh. And some credits. Yeah, I'll rob the dead. Why not? Oh no! No, little droid! Little droid, you were my favorite. I loved you, little droid. What kind of monsters would destroy an astromech?
Yes?
An astromech who wasn't doing anything but repairing the ship. I am so angry. I'm gonna kill all the Sith for this, I think. Dark side, here I come. No, 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 that would not be good. That would not be good. No dark side for me. Oh, wow. Okay, hi. Hello, fellas. Let me shoot at you there. There we go. Looks like Trask got hit, but only a little bit. Nothing to worry about. There we go. Power attack is a useful thing. Makes it harder to hit somebody, but when you do hit them, you hit them hard.
We have to get to the bridge.
Do we? Do we really? What clued you in on that? Ooh, a frag grenade. Nice. Nothing like a little heavy ordnance, am I right? Yeah, I'm right. Metapacking credits, I'm assuming those were the soldiers' credits. They're dead, they don't need them anymore. Robbing the dead. That's what we're doing here. Another frag grenade. And a footlocker. What's in the footlocker? 2 more frag grenades, a short sword, and a long sword, and a combat suit. Yeah. He does not have anything on him, though. But, so let's see what we got here. We got a long sword, different than a short sword. Here is where the roots of the lightsaber begin, with traditional swords still wielded today in many primitive cultures. They are simple, but still effective in the right hands. Like my hands. Frag grenades, fragmentation grenades are very basic. They explode when thrown, showering the enemy in shrapnel. It's not elegant, but it's definitely effective. A combat suit. This will give me +4 to my defense. Defense is what they call AC in the Star Wars thing, but it works exactly like AC from Dungeons & Dragons. Max dexterity bonus +5. Even the most frugal of mercenaries know they need at least some protection from the rigors of combat, although suits of this type are recommended for light skirmishes only. And an advanced metapack. An advanced metapack contains an improved array of equipment for the treatment of wounds. They cannot be used by droids. Advanced medpacks heal 20 vitality points, plus wisdom modifier, plus 2 times a user skill in treat injury. So, let's upgrade here. You see, a 12 defense now becomes a 16 defense, and now we're starting to really talk. Yeah. What else do we have here? Oh, more medpacks. That's nice. We're going to do another save of the combat save, just in case we get wiped out by a lucky 20.
What?
Kresk, you go first. Well, maybe these Republic soldiers will actually be competent. Look at no. Oh no. Oh. No. Oh, those are doing pretty good. Those guys are doing great. And oh dear. Oh. He killed his own guy. The Sith killed their own guy. That's terrible. You see, I kill my own men. All right, this time, Trask, you go first, because I'm gonna be honest, Trask, you're expendable. You are. You're better at me you're better than me at combat, and you are expendable. Nice. That was my hit that did that one.
Yes.
I'm also having us aim at the same person because, you know, the quicker we can actually take down people, the fewer people there are to shoot us. You know, and people shooting us is bad. I don't know if you understand this survival tactic, but generally you don't want to be shot at. You try to avoid that. I know it's crazy, it's radical, it's counterintuitive, but just avoid being shot, if at all possible. Oh, there's another guy coming around the corner just as there's an explosion. That's distressing.
Yeah.
Let's do that, and then you get to attack this one. This is still very much a turn-based combat system. They used the same basic tech that they used for BioWare's Neverwinter Nights game.
Yes?
Aha. I still haven't been hit once, knock on wood. Oh no, there's no wood to knock on. It is all metal. It is all metal. Here's some remains. Yeah, get some more frag grenades, baby. I mean, I'm so sorry for your loss, sir. Credits in a med pack. I will take that. More frag grenades. Med pack and a frag grenade. I'll definitely take that. The more med packs you have, the better. They are lifesavers. And some credits. Like credits. Oh no! Little droid! You are my favorite little droid. I was coming to save you. Why? Why the little droid? Oh well, at least I got some spare parts out of you, buddy. This game is already horribly cruel to droids. That sounds like a lightsaber. We're gonna save the combat again. I'm avoiding the temptation to save every round, which you can absolutely do in this game, but that just seems a little cheap. I don't want to do that. Also, I don't want to make you guys watch me just saving and reloading again and again and again.
It's Dark Jedi. This fight is too much for us. We better stay back.
Dark Jedi?
All we do is get in the way.
Yeah, let them handle it alone. Definitely don't back them up with blaster fire or anything. That would be... Oh, okay, she did pretty well. Yeah, good for... Oh.
That was one of the Jedi accompanying Bastila. Damn, they could have used her help.
Well, just a thought. Maybe, if we could have used her help, we should have backed her up. Just thinking out loud. You know, maybe we shouldn't have just sat there and watched. There we go. Shoot down these Sith warriors. I do like the Sith troopers' black outfits. They are Stormtrooper-esque while still being very different from Stormtroopers. And I appreciate that. Medpack. Yeah, let's loot the Jedi. Ooh, a vibration cell. I wonder what a vibration cell is for. Credits, medpack, and concussion grenades. Alright, that's pretty good. I'm gonna head down this corridor here. I don't think we can get through here, but I just wanted to check it. It's always good to check everything, especially in these old RPGs, because they like hiding things in the corners. And there's really no way to tell if something's there except to approach it. So, let's look at that vibration cell. What does it actually do? Okay, we had frag grenades, concussion grenades. This type of grenade explodes in a concussive wave of force that disrupts the senses of both organic and inorganic targets in the area of effect. So is it stun or... Yeah, secondary stun for 9 seconds with a save to avoid. Okay, that's good to know. Strength adrenal. A shot of this enhancer greatly provides a temporary boost to the strength of the user. The effect wears off after a short time, and side effects are considered minimal. Stim bonuses that affect the same statistic do not stack. Aha! We have some more advanced med packs, some more regular med packs. Parts. This is a disposable package of universally adaptable parts, designed for characters using the repair skill on machines. Each pack is a one-use item. A high repair skill reduces the number of parts required for any given task. And now, the vibration cell. It's an upgrade item, which means we can slot it into an upgradable melee item. A cell like this can stabilize a melee weapon, allowing it to hit and damage better, and possibly gain other effects. The modifications require a workbench with adequate tools and a weapon of high quality marked as upgradable. Good to know. Good to know. Yes. Now let's save my combat save. These old games, man, you just had to save around every corner. Otherwise, you know, they did not autosave for you. There are autosaves in this game, but
just
not
beyond
many.
that door. You better equip your melee weapon. There isn't much room on the bridge, and it's suicide to use a blaster in close quarters. You should equip a melee weapon, too. Either that or I'll have to stay back and use my blaster.
Okay. What if they have lightsabers?
Your melee weapon is made using a Cortosis weave.
Seriously?
It's strong enough to stand up against anything.
Isn't
even
Cortosis
a lightsaber.
super rare? Let's see. Lovely time in the chat there. Game's done marginally well says your avatar is jacked AF. Yeah, it is. That is thanks to Zyos, who may have been doing a little bit of wish fulfillment there, but I don't mind. I like it. Let's see. We are loading up melee weapons with this. We're going to load up a longsword for me. Aha, look at me.
Yes?
Like an ancient samurai of old, and also a completely different galaxy. And I guess a short sword for you, Trask, since you don't really get anything else there. We're gonna save that for combat. And now let's go to the bridge. And we'll start with the closest one. Just nail him. And I will also start with the same one, because again, focusing fire is important in this game. The sooner we can stop them from trying to shoot us, the better. I do love the animation for power attack, the little flip they do. That's so nice. Oh, that little sound was the level up sound. That's nice. I will have to do that soon.
Basta was not here on the bridge. They must have retreated to the escape pods. We better head that way, too.
Yeah, I guess we
Sith
better.
want Basta alive, but once she's off the ship, there's nothing stopping them from blasting the Endar Spire into galactic dust.
Correct. There is nothing to stop them from doing that, so we should probably stop them. Or at least escape. The attack on the Endar Spire has updated. Command module, you've reached the bridge, but Bastila is nowhere to be found. She likely made her way to the starboard escape pods. If you want to get off the Endar Spire alive, you should do the same. Well, I am going to do the same, but first I'm going to metagame just a little bit and strip Trask of all his equipment. The reason why will soon become obvious. Unfortunately, we do not get to see Trask, which would be amusing for all parties involved. You'll notice we have fun little big monitors there, and that the graphics look really good for a game this old, and that's because I am using all of the mods. All the mods that make it look pretty, at least. I did tell myself that I'm not going to use any mods that drastically change gameplay. I'm only using mods that improve the graphics, that add a few quality of life improvements, and that restore things that had to be cut that were in BioWare's original vision. I am not, however, adding any of the many optional content mods that exist. This will be as close to BioWare's official canon version of events as possible, as I can possibly make it. So, yeah, but that's why we get cool things like these big displays with moving parts on them. That's cool. You've had enough experience to level up. You must level up before you pass through the door. Oh, yeah. We did hear the level up sound, didn't we? Let's do that. We're going to level up this soldier. Level up, soldier. Okay, so we're going to level up awareness. And then we're just going to keep that point, because next level, I can level up persuade with that point. Now spend all your skill points. These will be saved, and you may spend them the next time you gain a level. Do you wish to continue? Yes, I do. We're banking that skill point. Now is the time where I'm going to get this nifty dueling feat. Because that applies to one-handed blasters and swords, and now that I've got a sword, I'm going to mostly use the sword. So, there we go with that. That is loaded up. Hi. Oh, what's going on now?
There's something behind here.
Is there?
Damn, another Dark Jedi. I'll try to hold him off. You get to the escape pods. Go!
Hey, wait. We could probably figure out a way to never mind. He's just heroically sacrificed himself. Oh, Trask, you mad fool. You mad fool. I loved you. Well, no, not really, but I'll tell myself that in order to increase the pathos. Alright, let's open this up. This is, unfortunately, as I said, I'm not adding...
This is KOTOR on your personal communicator. I'm tracking your position through the Endar Spire's life support systems.
Awesome.
Basila's escape pod is away. You're the last surviving crew member on the Endar Spire.
The last? What about you?
For you much longer. You have to get to the escape pods.
I guess you don't count yourself as crew? Kind of snobbish. Anyways, because I wanted to keep an authentic thing, I did not install any of the mods that allow you to romance Karth as a man. So unfortunately, there will not be boy love here. Let's kill him. Run! Ah! Well, that didn't work very well. There we go. Oh, that kind of worked. Yeah. Take that. Taste my mighty steel. So no, unfortunately we will not be having boy love between this character and Karth Onasi. Alas. But hey, that's what fanfic's for. Go write it. Let's see. That's the right way to go. Let's try to go the wrong way first and see what happens. Nothing. I cannot even click on the door. The door is too broken. Busted old spaceship. What am I gonna do with that? Oh! Okay. Let's, Waha! Oh, that was a hit. There we go. Now hit him.
Here. Be careful. There's a whole squad of Sith troopers on the other side of that door.
A whole
You
squad?
need to find some way to thin their numbers.
Okay.
You could reprogram the damaged assault droid to help you, if you have enough repair parts.
I do.
Or you could use computer spikes to slice into the terminal and use the Endar Spire's security systems against the Sith.
I unfortunately do not have skill with security on this character. I chose to go with repair instead. Computer spike and parts. We'll get both of those. This again. There we go. See if there's any remains here. There are remains here. So if I had the security skill, I could try to slice that console. In fact, I can use that console to view what we're facing. And it looks like we're facing 4 regular Sith troopers and an elite. I could burn 5 computer spikes to overload the power conduit without any security skill whatsoever. But it is better for me to reactivate this droid, because I can engage the droid's patrol mode with just 3 repair parts. So I'm going to do that. Patrol mode engaged. Once you end this session, the droid will begin patrol and destroy any enemies it encounters. I could give him a shield, but the droid's expendable, so I'm not. Let's strike a blow for droid rights. Here we go. If only this droid was part of a union, it could probably have demanded that I repair its shield, but sadly no. Let the droid go through first and draw fire. Yes. And now I move in. Running. Running to this guy instead. Boy, this droid is really useful even without the shield. He just got all those guys. Good job, droid. What a useful guy you are. You didn't need shields at all. You're just awesome. Let's get these remains. A med pack and a cryoban grenade. Ooh. I guess that's some kind of freeze grenade. We'll look at that in a second. Ion blaster and a prototype vibroblade. That looks useful. Vibroblade's better than a regular sword. I bet that. Let's see what we got here. Prototype vibroblade. Yeah, it adds a +1 bonus to my damage and has a higher critical threat than my longsword. And it's balanced. Ooh. Balanced is useful if I decide to go in for two-handed combat. This is a very adaptable model of vibroblade, made for the user on a budget that will be purchasing upgrades as resources or finances become available. That sounds useful. Oh, we have an ion blaster that does a lot more damage versus droids. Unlike a typical blaster, this weapon fires a stream of energy very damaging to electrical systems, causing havoc on the internal components of droids. I already know about frag grenades and concussion grenades. We now have adhesive grenades. These grenades cover the target area in a gooey bioadhesive that traps anyone caught within the effect. It quickly degrades, allowing allies to soon pass unhindered. Degrades in 15 seconds, apparently. Cryoban grenade does cold damage and paralyzation unless they save. A cryoban grenade releases a supercooled liquid that freezes on contact, causing intense pain and damage to victims caught in the effect. That looks fun. Repair kits. Included are the basic tools needed for a droid to repair itself after being damaged in combat. This kit can't be used by living beings. Basic kits repair 15 vitality points plus intelligence modifier plus the user's skill in repair. So that is the droid version of the med kit. And the computer spike. These items allow a user to slice computer programs, assaulting systems with garbage data to overwhelm security measures. They are one-use items. A high computer use skill reduces the number of spikes required for any given task. That's nice, and the prototype vibroblade is definitely better than my longsword, so we are definitely going to switch to that. And one more save for that, just to be certain.
You've made it just in time. There's only one active escape pod left. Come on, we can hide out on the planet below.
Oh. How do I know I can trust you?
I'm a soldier with the Republic, like you.
Like
We're
me?
the last two crew members left on the Endar Spire.
That's funny if you actually know the plot.
So there's no reason for us to stick around here and get shot by the Sith. Now, come on. There'll be time for questions later.
You know, he makes a very persuasive argument. Let's do that, how about? This is the last escape pod and your only hope of survival. Let's use it. Oh. The ship goes down. Ooh, we got out just in time, didn't we? And crashing. Yes, crashing. Meanwhile, apparently I have a very fitful sleep. Well, hold on. Don't try to get up yet. We were smashed up pretty bad when we crash landed on Terrace. Don't worry, we should be safe here in this apartment. I gave you something to help you sleep. Just get some rest and let the Kolto packs do their job. Oh, but apparently I am having dreams. All right. I just realized that my Discord overlay comes up
Good to
whenever
see
I
you
go
up
to a
instead
cutscene.
of thrashing about in your sleep. You must have been having one hell of a nightmare. I was wondering if you were ever going to wake up. I'm Karth, one of the Republic soldiers from the Endar Spire. I was with you in the escape pod. Do you remember?
I do. I had a strange dream, like a vision or something.
I'm not surprised. You took a serious blow to the head. You're probably
Yeah,
having all
that'll
kinds
happen.
of strange dreams. I wouldn't worry too much about it. Well, you've been slipping in
Okay.
and out of consciousness for a couple of days now, so I imagine you're pretty confused about things, but
Am I?
try not to
Alright.
worry. We're safe. At least for the moment. We're
Are
in an
we?
abandoned apartment on the planet of Terrace. You were banged up pretty bad when our
Right.
escape pod crashed, but luckily I wasn't seriously hurt. I was able to drag you away from our crash site and all the confusion, and I stumbled into this abandoned apartment. By the time the Sith arrived on the scene, we were long
Why
gone.
do you even need me? Apparently, you're some kind of super action hero. I guess I owe you my life. Thanks.
You don't have to thank me. I've never abandoned anyone on a mission, and I'm not about to start now.
I tried to flirt with you, damn it.
Besides, I'm gonna need your help. Terrace is under
Okay.
Sith control. Their fleet is orbiting the planet. They've declared martial law, and they've imposed a planet-wide quarantine.
Right.
But I've been in worse spots. I
Have
saw
you?
on your service records that you understand a remarkable number of alien languages.
We.
That's pretty rare in a raw recruit, but it should come in handy while we're stranded on a foreign world. There is no way the Republic will be able to get anyone through the Sith blockade to help us. If we're gonna find Bastila
sure?
and get
Oh,
off
yeah.
this planet, we can't
Right.
rely on anybody but
We're the
ourselves.
we're the only competent people in the Republic. Forgot all about that. Right. Sure. Carry on. Why is it so important? Bastila, she's the one from the Endar Spire, right?
That smack to your head did more damage than I thought.
Yeah.
Bastila's a Jedi. She was with the strike team that killed Darth Revan, Malak's Sith master.
Cool,
Bastila's
cool.
the key to the whole Republic war effort.
Okay.
The Sith must have found out that she was on the Endar Spire and set an ambush for us in this system. I believe Bastila was on one of the escape pods that crashed down here in Terrace.
Okay.
For the sake of the Republic war effort, we have to try and find her.
That's a whole lot of speculation you're giving me there, Karth. A whole lot of speculation. How can one person, even a Jedi, be so important?
Bastila is no ordinary Jedi.
Oh.
She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation. Bastila's power can influence entire armies. Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight.
Okay.
Often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. Of course, there are limits to what she can do, but from what I understand of her ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation. The attack on the Endar
Okay.
Spire happened so fast, she never had a chance to use her battle meditation. Like us, she barely got out
So
alive.
it's useful when the plot demands it, but otherwise she can't use it. That's what I'm hearing here. For those of you familiar with the original Old Republic comic books that were put out by Dark Horse in the 90s, Nomi Sunrider, who appeared in, I believe, issue 3 of the original Knights of the Old Republic, was a master of battle meditation. And she was instrumental in developing this. And that would have been about 1,000 years before this game. A little bit less than 1,000 years, but like centuries before this game. That would have happened. How do you even know Bastila's still alive? Because let me tell you, you were doing a lot of speculating there, Karth.
But Bastila's young, and she has a powerful command of the Force. We survived
Okay.
the crash landing, so I'm willing to bet that she may have too. Besides, what's the alternative? If she's dead,
fair.
then no
fair.
one can stop Malak and his Sith from wiping out the Republic, and I'd rather operate on the assumption that she survived.
What about you? You're like an action hero. All right. If Bastila's a Jedi, she can probably look after herself.
Bastila's gonna need our help. Many of Darth Malak's followers have mastered the dark side of the Force, and the Sith have already killed more than their share of Jedi in this war. I doubt
Okay.
anyone's specifically looking for us anymore. We're not that important. But if we're careful, we can move
the
about
anonymity
the planet
of
without attracting
insignificance.
notice,
I know that
a
well.
luxury Bastila won't have. She's gonna have half
As I
the
look down
Sith
at
fleet
my
looking
one
for
viewer.
her. They know how vital she is to the war effort. And Bastila's no ordinary Jedi. She has a rare gift the Jedi call battle meditation.
Ooh.
Bastila's power
Yes,
can
you told me
influence
that.
entire armies.
Wait, you told me that. Battle meditation? What's that?
Through the Force, Bastila can inspire her allies with confidence and make her enemies lose their will to fight.
Okay.
And often that's all it takes to tip the balance in a battle. But there are limits to what she can do.
Like Nomi
From what I
Sunrider.
understand
I
of her
see.
ability, it requires great concentration and focus to maintain her battle meditation.
Right, which
The
is
attack
why
on the
it's
Endar
useless
Spire happened so
mechanically.
fast, she probably never even had a chance to use her power. I'm guessing she barely got out alive, And now she's trapped here just as we are. The whole planet is under quarantine. No ships can land or take off. So if Basila's going to escape Terrace, she's going to need our help. And we'll probably need hers.
Well... if this means getting off the planet, I guess I can help you find Bastila. Or any idea where we should start looking for Bastila? Any idea where we should start looking for Bastila?
While you were out, I did some scouting around. There are reports of a couple of escape pods crashing down into the Undercity. It's probably a good place to start. Okay. But the Undercity's a dangerous place. We don't want to go there unprepared, and it won't do Bastila any good if we go and get ourselves killed.
I want to ask you some questions.
I'll tell you whatever I can, though I don't know how much help it'll be.
What do you know about Malak, the Sith?
Everything I know about Malak is pretty much common knowledge. He escaped the trap that killed Darth Revan, his Sith master. With Revan's death, Malak became the new Dark Lord. It's obvious that Malak's a ruthless tyrant who'll crush anyone who stands in his way, just like Revan was. Experience has shown that the Sith won't stop until the Republic lies in ruins.
Which experience is that? Is it just because they are invading?
Anything except raw, brutal power. It's hard to imagine how someone who used to be a Jedi could become such a
lie.
monster.
There's only passion, according to the Sith code. A Jedi? What do you mean?
Malak and Revan were once both part of the Jedi Order, but they were young and headstrong, and against the wishes of the Council, they went to battle the Mandalorians on the Outer Rim.
Just because, or what?
Something corrupted them and drew them over to the dark side. Or maybe there was something rotten inside them all along. I don't know. They formed an army of ex-Republic soldiers and Jedi who'd fallen to the dark side, with Revan at their head, until Revan was killed by Bastila's Jedi strike team. But even that didn't slow the Sith down. Malak just stepped in and assumed Revan's role. He took control of the Sith Armada and resumed the bloody conquest of the Outer Worlds.
This is why assassination isn't necessarily the best thing to do to a dictator. Because, you know, it's a dictatorship. Somebody else can just step up and take control. Not the best thing to do in a democracy either, because they're just going to vote in somebody who is like the first guy. Don't worry. We'll find a way to stop the Sith.
Well, I hope you're right. But the Republic hasn't been able to stop them so far, even with the support of the Jedi Council. I think Bastila may be the galaxy's last hope.
All right, I was going to talk about why they were out fighting the Mandalorians. So, the Mandalorians attacked the Republic, and they cut a bloody swath through Republic worlds. But the Republic was still recovering from Exar Kun's Sith War, which is in the comic books. And they didn't want to go back to war again. So they forbade the Jedi, or rather the Jedi Council forbade the Jedi from getting involved. And the casualties kept stacking up. The Mandalorians, of course, are obsessed with honorable combat, and they wanted to fight the Jedi. So they began committing more and more atrocities to draw the Jedi into conflict. And when they attacked Cathar, home of the Cathar species, and wiped out most of the population, that was when Revan and Malak are like, okay, no, this has to end. We're going to stop this. So they took all the Jedi who thought like them, they defied the Council, and they went to stop the Mandalorians, and they did. They are heroes. And then something happened, and then they're evil. So, what can you tell me about this planet we're on?
Taurus was once a magnificent planet-wide metropolis of towering skyscrapers.
Ah.
That was a long time ago. The upper city where the rich citizens live is still pretty safe. If it wasn't for the Sith occupation and the planet-wide quarantine, it might not even be a bad place to live.
But are we in an Elysium situation?
The lower city is nothing but a slum overrun by swoop bike gangs waging a never-ending war for control. And the undercity is... well, it's even worse. The lowest level of Terrace is a wasteland overrun by rat ghouls, mindless, diseased mutants that attack on sight. I've already entered all this info into your datapad journal.
Okay, so this planet is literally vertical class warfare. Okay, I get you. I'd like to know some more about you, Garth. Wink.
I understand why you want to know more about me. I kind of get the feeling we'll be spending a lot of time together over the
Only
next
if I'm
while.
lucky.
But this isn't really the best time for long introductions. We should stay focused on the task at hand.
Oh.
There'll be a time for that later.
Okay. Well, the sooner we start looking for Bastila, the sooner we find
Good
her.
idea.
Let's go.
We can use this abandoned apartment as a base. We can probably
good.
get some equipment and supplies here in the upper city. Just remember
Nice.
to keep a low profile. I've heard some grim stories about the Dark Jedi interrogation techniques. They say the Force can do terrible things to a mind.
Wow.
It can wipe away your memories and destroy your very identity.
Oh,
But I figure
wow, I
if we
hope
don't do
that's not
anything
foreshadowing.
stupid, we should be okay. I mean, after all, they're looking for Bastila, not a couple of grunts like us. All right, soldier, let's move out.
So you're saying that the Force could be used to simulate amnesia. That's what you're saying? I'm just making sure that's what you're saying. Is that doesn't sound like anybody we know. Thankfully. What's in this locker? Ooh, computer spikes and medpacks. Yay. A workbench. Yes, that means we can upgrade things here. Let's use this workbench. Let's go to the melee area. Let's do that prototype Viroblade and give it that vibration cell we got. And that's going to actually improve its damage by 1 as well, which is going to make it even better. There we go. I've got a really nifty sword now. Anything you can tell me about yourself, soldier?
Yes, what's on your mind?
I'd like to know some more about you,
Me?
Garth.
Well, I've been a star pilot for the Republic for years.
That's really
Seen more
fascinating.
than my share of wars. I fought in the Mandalorian Wars before all this started.
Oh, you're
but with
so
all
brave
that, I've
and
never
strong.
experienced anything like the slaughter these Sith animals can unleash. Not even the Mandalorians were that senseless.
Oh,
My homeworld was
let me
one of the
comfort
first
you.
planets to fall to Malak's fleet. The Sith bombed it into submission, and there wasn't a damn thing our Republic forces could do to stop them.
Oh, you poor darling. Here, let me comfort you with my body. Sadly, I cannot romance Karth in this game. Also, it's not canon that this character romances Karth, so, I am trying to hew to canon. But that won't stop me from flirting. I'm sorry, Karth. This must be very painful for you.
I'm just a soldier. I go where the fleet admirals tell me to.
You're more than a
I
soldier
follow my
to me.
orders and I do my duty. It's just... Doesn't seem right that doing that means I failed them. I didn't.
No, you didn't. Them? You mean the people of your homeworld?
Yeah, no, that's not what I mean. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm not making much
What
sense, am I?
Do
You probably mean well with your questions. I'm
I
just not
do.
accustomed to talking about my past very much.
Okay.
At all, actually.
Oh, we
I'm
don't
more
have
used to
to.
taking action, keeping my mind focused on the business at
Hey.
hand. So let's just do that.
Sometimes
If you have
just
more
need to-
questions, ask them later.
Hey, I'm all for a little action. Sometimes it's best to do other things besides talking, if you know what I mean. Garth, you've discovered that Karth's homeworld was attacked by the Sith. Though he was reluctant to talk about it, perhaps you can talk more later, after you've gained more experience. Terrace, you are stranded on Terrace, a planet under Sith control. Now you and Karth Onasi must find Bastila, the only person capable of stopping the Sith from conquering the entire galaxy. You should probably begin by investigating reports of escape pods that crashed into the Undercity. In Terrace planetary information, Terrace is a sharply divided world. The rich live in the upper city, while the lower city is run by swoop gangs. The lowest levels of Terrace are overrun by terrible monsters called Rakghouls. To make matters worse, the Sith have seized control and imposed a planet-wide quarantine. Have any fun quest items for any of these? No. Alright. Well, that's about all I can learn from Garth. I don't think there's anything else for me to get here, so it's a matter of going outside. However, before I go outside, I think that's a good place to call a stop to today. I hope you've enjoyed watching me go through this old but still very entertaining game. And I will be doing this frequently, going through the entirety of Knights of the Old Republic, hopefully, with all of you getting to watch. So, in the meantime, I've been Serpent. Sit back, relax, look deep into my eyes, and trust in me. Just in me. Goodbye, everybody.